Hello everyone, good morning. I have with me here a wonderful young lady, Dr. Dishika Goyal. She has secured a rank of 669 in All India NEET PG 2023, and we are here to listen to what she has done and what are her experience. So congratulations, Dr. Dishika.
Thank you so much, sir.
How are you feeling?
I'm very happy with the result, and it is now that I am finally able to absorb it.
I think it is safe to say that it takes at least 2 days of time to
Yeah,
absorb
it
a
takes.
two-figure rank.
Yes, yes.
Nice. So tell me about yourself, from where you have done your undergraduation and how did you approach this whole PG entrance thing, and just tell us your journey.
Okay, so I've done my MBBS from Government Medical College, Chandigarh, and this was my first attempt. I'm currently doing my internship. So my journey with DAMS started from the third year. I joined the regular batch. So initially we had the face-to-face classes, but then the lockdown happened. But I think then when we shifted to the online mode, it was as beautiful as the face-to-face classes. I did not feel that there was like much difference. So I made all the notes in the third year itself. And after that, it was all about the revision. In the final prof, I mainly targeted the subjects of the final prof. And so the main preparation, I would say, I started in the beginning of the internship itself.
Okay. How did you approach then?
So in my internship, I joined the TNT batch,
Okay.
which I think is a must for anybody who wants to give this exam, because it kind of gives you the direction, and it gives you the goals, how you have to do and when you have to do, because otherwise self-planning is a very big task to do at this point of time. So it gave me like weekly goals that you are supposed to do this in a week, in a particular week. So I finished my first revision by I would say mid-November, and then I did like 2 more revisions before giving the exam.
Okay. So let me just try and understand you. When the lockdown happened, you were in third year.
Yes, sir.
So that is when you shifted to the online live classes.
Yes.
And that is when you made all the notes yourself. Did you make all the notes yourself?
Yes, sir. In the
Okay.
third year itself.
Okay. So you also did everything in third year. Bulk of your preparation and your hard work was done in third year, right?
Yes, sir. I think it's very important to make the notes in the beginning itself, because after that, one only postpones it, and then we just keep on contemplating that, okay, मैं करूँगा नहीं करूँगा कब करूँगा. So it's very important that you finish the majority of this work in the beginning itself.
Okay.
And I think if someone wants to do it in the second year itself, that also should not be an issue.
Yeah, but usually we don't have so much of awareness in second year.
Yeah.
Second year goes like in a denial kind of a time where you feel कि हाँ अभी तो first खत्म हुआ है, हाँ अभी तो third आया नहीं है, ठीक है. And it is a rebellious phase. I always feel second year is a rebellious phase where you don't want to accept the reality that ultimately the life is going to be ahead when you start your post-graduation. So yes, third year is a very good time. But this is something which is very constant. I was just talking to rank 7 Dr. Jui, and she said the exact same thing. Actually, it feels like you two have spoken to each other. Because it was also like when there was lockdown, we shifted to online, and then I made all the notes. Then I did my final year, and then when I started internship, then followed the TND thing. So that is actually a very, it's like a sure shot mantra kind of a thing. So for all these students who are right now in third year, I think this is a very good take home message for them, that is the year which is the turning point, where you can put in a lot of your efforts and you can try and make something out of it. How did you manage your studies with your internship? I mean, you actually need to go at least 6-7 hours of the day.
Yes, sir.
How you
So
manage it?
it was actually a mixture of duties, because it was not like every day I had to go, and it was not like every day I had 6-hour duties. Sometimes it was a 12-hour duty also. But I think when you have targets, so even if you can manage like 3 days out of 7 days in a week, so you just tend to do it like anyhow. You just have to do it, because you know that otherwise वो रह जाएगा.
So did you make the whole year schedule, or just you followed the TND schedule and you thought, okay,
Yes.
this is what I need to do?
In the beginning, sir, I followed the TND schedule as itself.
Okay.
And I'd be honest here. So after the TND finished, for once I was like that, I don't know how to make a schedule and what to do. So I just joined the fast track TNT for the sake of it so that I have a schedule. And but then I got the hang of it, so I could manage it on my own also. Although I practiced the test from there as well, but I could do it on my own. So I think once you get the hang of it, then it's no longer a problem. In the beginning, I think one needs to push really hard because we're not habitual of studying that much. It's
So,
like
but
that.
what you have said is actually very true, because you being a regular student and doing regular TND, you joining fast track TND was something which is okay out of the blue. But I have in the last 2 months given instructions to at least 10 students who did not study at all to just join a fast track TND and see how they approach the exam so that they know what they expect in the next year, and all of them got a rank of under 30,000. Which by today's standard is pretty good, because they were like, sir, we to did not even study 2 months of study and we got 30K.
Yes.
So yes, fast track TND is actually a very beautiful way of approaching the schedule. I can totally understand that point of view.
Yes, sir, because it is very practical. Like you are supposed to finish the whole of the syllabus in 2 months. I think it kind of takes time to transition into that phase where
Yeah.
you are able to do that yourself.
So what resources you found most useful during the final 2-3 months of your preparation?
Sir, I completely stick to the notes of our classroom, like the regular batch notes, and also the TND notes. DVT was like super awesome. The notes as well as the classes, I mean, the energy in the classroom was so contagious. One just tends to forget all the worries. Like it was so awesome. And it was always the DAMS notes. I did not refer to any other source. I mean, there is a FOMO. There is FOMO till the last date. Many people will come to you and say, "Ki, haan, you should do this, you should do that. Usne ye kiya tha, he got a rank of this." So I think it's very important to just trust your gut and just go with it, because people are going to tell you this till the day you go for the exam, that you are not supposed to do this, you are supposed to do this. But I think it's very important to just stick to what you believe. So that is very important.
So you do believe that there is a very important aspect of sticking to one crisp, concise source of
Yes, sir.
information.
Obviously, so.
And multiplicity of that source is something that helps you way more than trying to do 4 more different things at a time.
Yes, sir. Because if you just go like with multiple resources, maybe you'll find like 2 lines extra or four topics extra. It will not be much productive, and I think it goes all haywire in the brain.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So basically, to keep the strategy simple is what you would recommend to all the juniors that are preparing.
I think that whatever source anybody is using, one should just stick to it. It's not about doing multiple resources. It's doing a single source, and that too multiple times.
Acha, now that you have got a very good result, when you were sitting in the exam in front of those 200 MCQs, kahin na kahin you would have gotten this feeling, okay, this looks like I'm going to crack it. Because as you move on from question to question, you would have realized, okay, I know this also, I know this also, I know this also. And when you came out of the exam, then what would be that X factor in your preparation that you would say, okay, this is something that created a huge difference?
Sir, if I say, like, while I was in the examination hall in the beginning, it felt like, is it really NEETPG? Because the questions were like, in the beginning, the questions were so straightforward, and it just felt like I was giving the CBT, because I had applied for CBTs as well. So it was just the similar one. But then when any tricky question used to come, I was like that, okay, I don't know this. But then it's very important to be calm. Also, if I'd say that one thing which affected my preparation in a very important way, I would say that it is very important to have a wrong copy. It took me really, I started it very late. it took me much time to realize this. We just tend to believe that, okay, ye galti ho gayi, I'll remember this. But the truth is that we tend to forget it and we do the same mistakes again and again. So I started it, I think, in the month of September or October. I started to make a wrong copy, as Deepti ma'am had said. So I did a modified version of it so as to make it interesting for me. So that I think is very helpful. Just read it one day before the exam, and you will not make those mistakes again.
Can you share with us what modification you made?
That is a very crazy idea, sir.
I'm actually interested because I'm seeing your back wall, and I know that you are somebody who is planning things in a very nice way. I can see all the sticky notes. So do share with us.
So basically, when my wall filled up, I made it into a copy.
Okay. So that wall is your
So here is the copy.
You made from sticky notes.
So there is a psychological thing behind it, that when we tend to write on the sticky notes, we write it in the shortest way possible.
Yes.
And in the simplest, like, you just go for the words. If you start to write in the copy, you will start to write the sentences.
Wonderful. So you used that psychological principle and ultimately converted that into a notebook.
Yeah, and it was like kind of interesting also. Like, it wasn't like apne topics you are then referring to the books to read that topic. So every mistake of mine is in this copy. So I think everyone should have a wrong copy of his or her. I don't think it's practically possible to improve, because, sir, I'll tell you, by the end of December, I've scored very average marks. I used to give GTs. My score was always below 150. And obviously that was depressing, because you're reading, you're studying hard, and your score isn't improving. But then gradually, when this copy helped me a lot. And then when I used to score high, I used to get very excited that, oh, I've got like very good marks. I used to call and tell my bhaiya that, see, I've got these many marks. So I guess within a span of 2 months, it created a huge difference, because I was able to score like 175 and like approximate this much. So if I think 2 months can make this much difference, so
no, wonderful. And to summarize it, I think the word that we are looking for it is introspection.
Yeah,
you need a lot of introspection, like just blindly getting up every morning and just opening your notebooks and just reading them and sleeping at night is not going to improve you. It is basically going to keep you at the same level that you were before. But if you really want to improve, get that into the top 10 zone where you are cut above the rest, then you need to introspect. And this is a wonderful way. And I'm definitely going to pass this message to Deepti ma'am, that somebody has taken up your wrong notebook, but it has they have modified it into a better way. So this is something that we will now suggest the future aspirants, that they can now start writing in sticky notes and make a notebook of sticky notes. So wonderful. Achha, now tell me, this is all the goody stuff that we talk about. Tell me something that you regret, although your rank is not something where there should be much of a regret, but if at all you get a chance, and you have actually INI-CET in front of you. So anything else that you feel that you should have done different or better, or anything else?
I don't think, sir, I have any regrets, because I think I just performed as much as I could, like at that point of time. Like, if I think that in the beginning, oh, I could have studied more, no, because practically it's not possible for me to study that much in the beginning itself. So I think I managed that very well. And I think it's very important to prevent a burnout, because you need to save it till the end. You need to save your energy till the very end. You need to, because it is a long journey and it's not going to be easy. It's not like you just study and you're doing your test and everything is going to be like fancy. No, there are going to be like a number of problems. Like, so that happens. And I think in that situation, perseverance is very important. It's very important to be consistent and to remain calm.
Ajay, tell me, by any chance, do you already know Dr. Jui, who got rank 7?
No, I don't know.
But you should meet her. It looks like you are those separated twins, because I mean, I am just taking a repeat telecast of an interview. These are the exact same words that she has also used, the burnout, the no regret thing. And this is again, I will emphasize for all the students out there that we are talking to the best of the best who have cracked this exam in like the best possible way, 1 digit, 2 digit ranks. But you guys are real. You guys are human. You have failures, and you have downfalls, and you have days when you don't feel like getting up and doing something, and you accept the reality of the situation. It is not always going to be rosy. But at the end of the day, this is an exam of a subset of all of you people only. So it's ultimately who is sticking till the end, who is trying to reach the goal, is the one who finally reaches the destination. So wonderful way of approaching this life. The way that you guys are such young age, I am just thoroughly impressed. Like I cannot be more impressed than this. I'm impressed by her, and I'm impressed by you as well. And actually, that is very impressive, that what you have done on the back. I would probably want a very good high definition photograph of it. I would like to see how you have written, something that I would also learn, because yes, you are right. It is introspection, and the way you write in sticky notes that make the maximum difference, because that is the format in the shortest form.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So what are your now plans? What do you want to take?
Sir, currently though I'm targeting for AIIMS set, so
very good. That is a very good thing.
I'm continuing with the preparation. So I think beach mein break aa gaya tha due to this results and all of that, because there was too much of excitement and a number of thoughts are running in your mind, a number of calls you're getting. So it takes time to get back on the track, but I think it should not take much effort now.
Now that you know that you have a seat in hand, it becomes very, very easy to approach INI-CET, because you have nothing much to lose.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Any specific branch in your mind?
Currently, I'm thinking of any like chill see branch thodi.
So then you'll probably take up anesthesia.
I'm thinking of like either dermatology or radiology. Let's see.
Yeah.
What happens?
Yes. Now at these ranks, then we expect you to take dermatology and radiology. That is very good. So it was very nice talking to you, Dishika. Any final words that you would want to give to your juniors and your peers who are still preparing or waiting for the next exam? Any word of advice for them?
I think I would just like to repeat it, that consistency and perseverance and also a very practical approach is very important. One should not get disheartened by the failures, because everyone faces it. It's not like only the students who are at the bottom in the only those face it. Everyone faces it, even I guess the toppers, everyone does. So it's very important.
You are a topper, so
so this everyone should like just don't be disheartened and just keep on working hard, and that's it. And I would like finally thanks to all the faculties of the DAMS. I mean, the teachers, they have taught us so beautifully, and I'm so grateful to each one of them. There have been teachers who have supported us morally, and they were like available 24/7 to solve our queries. And obviously my family, they have supported me a lot. So there is a lot of stress by the end of when you like very close to the exam. So it's very important to de-stress yourself. And I think my family was like totally there for me at that point of time. And my friends, and especially I would like to mention that it was because of DAMS I met one of my like closest friends now, Ritika. We met through online classes, and she has been like a great support for me. I don't know what I could have done without her. So I owe this to DAMS as well.
We are happy to help in any way we can. So it was really nice talking to you, Dishika. We wish you the very best for your future endeavors, and God bless you. Stay in touch.
Thank you so much, sir.
Nice. So that very, very, very lucid, Dishika. I'm very happy for you. We are going to talk soon. Do be in touch and let us know what you finally opt for, and hoping to see your name up there in INICT as well.
Sure, sir.
Chalo, have a great day.
Thank you so much,
Bye
sir.
bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye, sir.